Welcome back to the IBSP. Here's your host, Boxing New.
Canelo Alvarez wants $150 million to fight Terence Crawford. And look, let's break it down honestly and objectively as possible. And according to FightHype.com, Canelo Alvarez gave a recent interview and stated it would take $150 million for him to agree to fight Terence Bud Crawford. And I agree with Canelo on this, and this is why. One, Canelo Alvarez is the face of boxing, and Terence Crawford has nothing to offer Canelo Alvarez. Terence Crawford is not a legacy fight for Canelo. It's not a mandatory fight for Canelo. It's not even a fight in his weight class. Canelo's going to be criticized for taking the fight. So what does Terence Crawford offer Canelo Alvarez that makes the fight interesting? Literally nothing. That's why it's going to take an enormous purse. Terence Crawford offers Canelo nothing to make the fight. There's nothing there. I mean, Terence Crawford, he's not undisputed at 168. He doesn't have a belt at 75. There's nothing Canelo can gain from fighting Terence Bud Crawford. I mean, let's just be honest and unbiased about it. And I'll be honest with you, Canelo Alvarez, Terence Crawford, that's a fight that doesn't even make sense. The fans are not asking for this. They're not calling for this, and no one wants this. Think about this. Turki was disrespectful when he talked about Canelo Alvarez prior, talking about, Canelo Alvarez, if he's crazy with his demands, then, I'll move on and we'll find somebody else. And I'll give Canelo what I think a fair price is, and he has to deal with me to finish the deal and no one in the middle, making all these demands of Canelo when Canelo Alvarez is the A side. But what's funny is Canelo Alvarez is asking for $150 million to fight Terence Crawford, but Canelo Alvarez asked for the same $150 million to fight David Benavidez. Now what's interesting is the Saudis did not want to pay that $150 million price tag for Canelo to fight David Benavidez. So I highly doubt they're going to want to pay that same $150 million price tag for Canelo Alvarez to fight Terence Bud Crawford. I mean, let's just be honest. So at the end of the day, if you want the face of boxing, you want the biggest name in boxing, you're going to have to pay up. If you didn't want to pay for the Benavidez fight, that's fine. But if you want the Terence Crawford fight, you're going to have to pay the same amount. It's not going to be any discounts. You're not going to get a price tag that's any different. You're not going to say, I can get Canelo on the cheap. That ain't how it's going to work. If you want to step in and show that you're the big shot and you're the guy that run everything, then pay up or shut up. I mean, let's just be honest and unbiased. Canelo does not need Terence Crawford. And that's the thing. That's how you know Canelo has all the leverage, because he doesn't need Crawford. Crawford doesn't offer him anything. So why would Canelo need to be on bended knee for the Turk? He doesn't. Canelo Alvarez has more than enough money, and he's the guy that can call his own shot. So he doesn't need the Turkey. He doesn't need Terence Crawford. So if these guys want that fight to happen, you're going to have to pay up what you originally didn't want to pay Canelo at all. I mean, let's be honest and unbiased. Now, based on these facts, I would assume that the fight doesn't get made between Canelo and Terence Crawford, because, they already have a backup plan in Virgil Ortiz being offered a fight with Terence Bud Crawford. So I can definitely see that fight happening next rather than a potential Canelo fight. Also, Canelo Alvarez, according to his trainer and manager Eddie Reynoso, are looking at a potential fight in December in Japan. And this is if he's successful against Edgar Berlanga, like everybody believes he will be. There's no opponent named, but you can pretty much be sure that it's not going to be David Benavidez and that it's not going to be Terence Crawford. So since that's the case, we don't know who it'll be, but we see that Canelo Alvarez is very interested in going international, going to different venues, and Canelo Alvarez has earned the right to do whatever the hell he wants to do. I respect Canelo, and if any of these guys really want a Canelo fight so bad, you need to find something to bring to the table to entice this man.